Hey guys, I just want to give you a quick tip. If you're working on a radio in this style Chevy dash, this is a 2007 Chevy Silverado Classic, but it should be a few years under 2007 as well. That's the year they changed the body style, and you have this style of dash, alright? And you purchase your truck, and the aftermarket radio keeps leaching your battery power. Okay, I want to give you guys an example of something. If you keep losing battery power and your key is off and you are able to turn on your radio, you see this one doesn't turn on anymore because I fixed it. I could turn it off, door open, signaling to the computer that everything should be off, and this would still turn on. So I had to take it apart and go through all this mess of the guys that jerry-rigged this thing together back there with wire nuts before I got this truck. And what I ended up having to do was pulling this head unit out and taking the power wire and jumping it off an auxiliary fuse. You see, they hooked it directly in to the stock radio's power. And on these style dashes, you cannot hook directly in to the stock radio's power with an aftermarket one for most radios. And that's because the original radios, they had a constant power wire, and they would communicate with the computer as to whether or not the key was off over a serial connection, all right? And most of these new radios or aftermarket radios you'd be installing do not do that. They simply rely on auxiliary power to turn on and off. So you cannot hook straight into the power that you're getting from behind these radios. So what you have to do, and I'll show you over here. Sorry, I got another truck next to this one. In this fuse box, you got to run a new power wire, and you can see where I jumped it from this fuse. Go to your local parts store, and you can buy a little connector that you put your fuse in and then shove it in, and it allows you to have that fin right there to connect one of these connectors onto. Run yourself a new power wire. You can see I got it snaked under here. I got it snaked. You pull this dash out, I got it snaked all back along here, back into the box for the radio. Hooked into that, that's an auxiliary power. So if you have this same fuse box, you can jump it off that same one. It's that 10 amp one right there. So now this radio does not have power unless this key is turned on and that battery is on, and now this radio has power. And you see, that should fix your battery leach problem. I just wanted to make this video because I had this problem with this car for about a year where it was just draining batteries. We couldn't figure out why. I was working on it, just testing all kinds of junk. Finally realized it was the radio. It's really my brother's truck. Pulled the fuse on it for a while. Didn't have any radio in this car until I got around to pulling it out and going through this mess of what these other people did. And it turns out you cannot run. I looked way into this. Had to watch a whole bunch of videos and read forums and stuff, and finally came across the problem. You cannot hook into the power behind these specific dashes. So I hope this helps somebody out there, because I would have loved to see this video the first week I was looking into this issue. So hope it helps out somebody, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.